Majo John Madden in El Centro, downtown area of Veracruz, which I love. I'm about 1 block that way and 2 blocks to the right from the Coppel store, where I need to go break my big MoneyGram for my monthly check. I want to tell a quick short story of my drive over here. My car had been dead in the water for a couple days. Today I had to get going. I had to get down here to cash that check. Had had an intense morning after almost no sleep. Really wanted to get going, but had to take a nap. Took a nap, got up, said this is the time, we got to move the car. So I got the jumper cables out of the back there, put them next to the car. When it said, the first voice said, stand next to the car for 10 minutes. If nobody gives you a free jump, then you go get a taxi and pay them 100 pesos. So I did that for about 30 seconds and the voice said, no, that's stupid. Go pay someone who relies on this for their living 100 pesos. You got a lot of, right now you have 140 pesos, but you're about to have a lot of pesos. So I started walking down towards the taxi stand, feeling like the Lord was with me. Taxi at the corner said, my battery doesn't have a strong enough current, but that guy behind me will do it. So I went to the guy behind him, and he said, great, where is it? I described exactly where it was, and started walking towards the car as he drove. He sailed right past it, and I laughed and went back to the original guy and said, so much for him, I need another taxi, all in Spanish. So I walked down in front of the Hotel Mari Tierra. They fished a guy out from the inside. Same guy who helped me another time, not with his taxi, but with his little beater car. So he went right to the car. We tried. It strained, it tried to turn over, it wasn't gonna do it. Guy came up and said, those cables are no good. You need better cables. And I said, well, in fact, usually they work, but one time a guy had better cables and that was what did it. So he said, I got better cables. He came back. He had really puny looking cables. They weren't impressive looking at all, but they worked. They worked. And then 2 different guys said to me, you're out of water. You can't drive anywhere without water. I knew it's not been running hot. And my car is kind of funny. It's hard to read by looking at the under the hood. So I said, okay, I'll check at a Pemex. I gotta get going. Because I knew that it also idles too low until it warms up, and it'll stall anytime I take my foot off the accelerator. And I had to drive it to charge it. It won't really charge without driving. It won't charge sufficiently just sitting there running the accelerator. So I took off. And it's Friday afternoon, and as soon as we got into the business district, the stop and go, lots of cars, I went into a zone that I know that I've been in before and just got relentless, just laser focused. And got down here and I said, this doesn't seem like the right street to see the Oxo, but there it was. So I saw this spot here, took the spot, realized that if I backed up, I'd be in the shade more. So I did that. And I couldn't get myself out of that commando zone. So I couldn't find my phone, could not find my phone. It had obviously bounced because this car has terrible suspension. And it was sitting there, but it was gone. So I was going around going, you're in great danger. I have this little play act I do. And actually getting out on that side, big buses come down this street. So getting out on that side actually is dangerous. So I said, you have to watch everything. And I knew I was still locked in a play act, but it was so much fun. I didn't try to shake myself from it. So everywhere I was like, look here, pay attention to everything. Listen to the Lord. So I'm a block away from Princess Reparaciones, where they sold me a couple of great peripherals for my phone, charged me 500 pesos for fixing this phone, only partially successful. The lightning charger port was pretty much not working for any cable I got. They sold me a Apple, a genuine Apple, which always makes a huge difference. It's worth the price difference. And he tinkered around with it and said it was fixed. Well, it's not fixed, but it will sometimes work with that little lightning charger. Mostly it wants the back charger because it was lost in the sand at one point. So this back charger is magnetic, and I've paid a lot of money. That's genuine Apple. The magnetic case is not Apple, but Mobo, which is a good brand. They sell out of their own stores here. So today, the mission over there is my friend Roxana wants a headset like mine, which is a pretty hot little headset I bought over there. But I didn't have a record of how much I paid for it, so I have to go find out what they're going to charge for that. Contact her. Here's the headset. This is really a good headset. I've had some really shitty headsets. So, that's an auriculares in Spanish. So, I've had one cigarette. It didn't calm me down much. But I'm going to stand here and I'm going to have it charging here. Walk around to the Princess and find out the price of those. Grab the phone. It's always running out of battery. I'm using up battery right now, because that's part of why it's broken. It charges very slowly and loses battery fast. It's not acting right. Then go over to the Coppel, get my big money, and I'm going to stay tonight after 3 o'clock, which is 15 minutes from now. I can park for free at Parque Zamora, which is spectacular. Love that place. And I realized overnight that if I'm leaving here for Orizaba Sunday morning, I wanted one night down here and one night back up at Boca Del Rio, where I love the beaches, and get the fuck out of my way. Lord help anybody who tries to trip me up at this point. Maybe a cigarette will help. Okay, have a good day and be careful of everything. There's snakes everywhere.